The China problem. Earlier this week, China catching American intelligence by surprise by testing a hypersonic missile. Hypersonic weapons are difficult to defend against because they fly towards targets at a lower altitude, but can achieve more than 5 times the speed of sound. So here to discuss this is Asia expert Gordon Chang. Gordon, he's the author of the book, The Coming Collapse of China. So Gordon, can you put this report in context for the average person at home? What are the ramifications of China obtaining this type of technology?
Well, hypersonic missiles or glide vehicles can hit the United States without any warning. These are built for nuclear weapons, and so it means that all of our cities are now at risk. Now, of course, we do have a deterrent. We have old-fashioned ballistic missiles. We've got a lot of them. But nonetheless, China is maybe something like a half decade, maybe even a decade ahead of us in these hypersonic glide vehicles. Remember, Alex, this vehicle circulated around the world before it dropped down onto a target. That is really quite an accomplishment, and we can't do that.
Yeah, no, in fact, the Pentagon saying that they tested a hypersonic missile this week that was unsuccessful. And amid all of this, the Biden administration not necessarily acknowledging or confronting this head on, instead saying that they're looking forward to the competition, I should say, not cooperation. That'd be a totally different story. But this was Biden at his town hall this week talking about China and Russia.
Militarily, China, Russia, and the rest of the world knows we have the most powerful military in the history of the world.
So, Gordon, how much longer is that going to remain true? And when would China's military be able to rival ours?
Well, they do rival ours. And in terms of where it counts, for instance, a conflict in the Taiwan Strait, they do have more power than we do, conventional, when you line up all the assets. Remember, our military is stretched around the world. China can concentrate it where it's going to cause trouble. So they do have, at least at the moment, the balance. And on that clip that you played, Biden's next comment was, they're going to surpass us. Now, that's his mentality. I don't agree with him. But nonetheless, there's this tone of defeatism in the Biden administration. And when they talked about that hypersonic glide vehicle, they talked about intense competition. Well, no, they're not competitors. They're adversaries and actually enemies, because China calls us an enemy. We should be able to do the same thing.
And our allies as well, because I do want to turn to Taiwan. I'm glad you brought up the Indo-Pacific region, because China is flying more and more military aircraft over Taiwan. President Biden promising this week that the U.S. would defend Taiwan if China did in fact invade. You wrote this on 1945.com this morning, quote, Joe Biden's Taiwan policy is now a total disaster. Can you explain why? And do you foresee America actually engaging with China over a Taiwan military operation?
Well, the Biden administration right now is in complete disarray. Now, President Biden at that CNN town hall said the United States had a commitment to defend Taiwan. However, Jen Psaki, the press secretary, Ned Price, the State Department spokesperson, and Lloyd Austin, the defense secretary, all walked back his comments. Now, by the way, Alex, the president of the United States constitutionally makes foreign policy. Now it appears that Jen Psaki is making foreign policy. And I think the Chinese must be ecstatic to see this just complete disorganization in the policymaking process in the Biden administration.
And Gordon, you've maintained for a long time that the Chinese government at some point will collapse. In fact, it's the subject of your book. Do you think that there are conditions where maybe that doesn't happen? Is China perhaps even winning this Cold War, if you will, against the United States?
Well, right now, many people do think that China is winning. And as I mentioned, Biden said at that town hall that the Chinese will surpass us. And yes, there are scenarios where they don't fall apart. Now, I do believe when you start looking at their debt crisis, their food crisis, their demographic crisis, their environmental crisis, their economic crisis, their COVID-19 crisis, yeah, I do think that they're not going to survive this. But most people do believe I'm wrong on that.
And keep in mind that this is a country, I should say, that President Biden said wasn't eating our lunch, come on, man, things like that on the campaign trail. He has somewhat pivoted ever since then, but I think that they're being forced to do so, acknowledging the fact of what's happened with the virus, with the hypersonic missiles, things in the headlines. It's becoming almost impossible to ignore. But Gordon Chang, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Alex.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.